The Joe Rogan Experience.
I'll tell you one thing about Sirius. Even though I didn't like the way way my time there ended, I wish that was handled a little bit better. But I guess everybody who leaves a gig wishes things were handled differently. They never once fucked with me about content. I'll say that for them. They never came for me and goes, hey, man, that thing you talked about, could you not? Could you back off? Even long into where everybody was getting canceled and in trouble, Sirius never came and asked me not to say something. Jim McClure, who ran the channel, never broke my balls about jokes we did or a stance we would take. Like, they kind of let that go.
Well, they had a crazy situation where you knew that one person was getting insane amounts of money.
Yes.
Howard Stern, and everybody else was getting very little. It was real weird.
It was
because it was very open that Howard was getting all that money, which obviously he was the reason why everybody went over there in the first place.
Yeah,
I get it.
It was Sirius, and we were at XM, and he was at Sirius, and that was the giant get, was Howard going over.
Also, there's also the thing that if he leaves, the stock collapses, especially now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you don't have Howard Stern anymore, what do you got? What do you have that's not available for free?
Yeah. I sold my Sirius stock, so whatever happens. I did. I was happy. It spiked up to like 7, and I fucking dumped.
Were you allowed to sell while you were working there, or did you have to wait till you weren't working there?
No, nobody cared. Nobody asked me. They didn't give me stock.
Did they give you stock, or you bought it?
No, I bought it. I bought it years before when I thought they were going to go bankrupt. We bought a little bit. But that's when I told you about the lawsuits, when I was getting sued, so I didn't buy as much because I was paying for fucking lawyers. But yeah, they tried to cut me like an unreasonable amount, and so we were still negotiating, and then they just go, oh yeah, we're not going to renew. They waited till Christmas break, and they go, we're not going to renew. Wow. So I was like, all right. I guess I get why they did that, but
it's got to be weird when you're over there and you know that Stern is getting hundreds of millions of dollars, and everybody else is like, you know, they're just pinching pennies with people.
I never minded that, and really didn't care, because I only cared about what I was getting. And when I saw what they gave certain podcasters that went over there, I'm like, okay, they do have the money. So if they're choosing not to give it to me, I have to just accept that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I never knew what Opie and Anthony made. I still, to this day, don't know what their salary was. I never asked.
That's great.
Begrudged those guys. I never gave a fuck. Like, you know, they were the brand. Opie, Anthony. It was like they took me in, so I never cared what they got. I never felt entitled to their money. And I never asked what they made. Even when me and Opie did a show, I never said, what's he making? Like, they gave me a raise, but I don't look at money like that. Like, where I have to know what you're making, because it's like, that's not
that's good. That's a healthy way to look at it.
Yeah. So whatever Howard made, I'm sure some of it was inflated, but like,
oh, he made a lot of fucking money.
He did.
Man. He made a lot of fucking money. But again, if he's not there, how are you selling it? If he's not there, what are you selling that's not available for free everywhere?
That's why I was like bummed about the way it happened. I'm like, because we did a talk show. Maybe they were just like, we can put more money into the rest of the channel if Jim goes. Whatever. I'm glad I'm doing a podcast. Like, I haven't noticed any change in my life, which is great, because I'm on the road more, I'm making money on the road. But it's weird not having it. It's weird. Yeah. It's weird not knowing that it's there.
Right.
Like, it hasn't affected anything, but the knowledge that income was going to be there is gone. So it's a kind of a weird, naked feeling.
Does it make you more motivated to do stuff, though? To get your own thing going on?
I'm on the road more now. Like, I'm doing extra road work. And the special was one of those things where I wanted to do one anyway, but I shot it in November. And before we even came back from break, I had my channel set up. I had already started doing episodes. I was like, fuck this. I'm not sitting and waiting. It's not going to take me a year.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get up. And if it takes me a year to get moving, fine. But I'm going to start now.
What is Sam doing these days?
He's doing a show. They gave him the show.
Oh, so he still has the show and they got rid of you.
Yes.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, I kind of saw that coming.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I almost... Because they had cut me the year before, a little bit. But again, I'm not unreasonable. I'm not a fucking idiot. People take cuts.
Oh, they cut your money?
Yes, by 10%. But I'm like, you know what? It's still good money. My wife had just come to the States. I'm like, I want to make sure I have money for lawyers, whatever. And then I told my manager, they're going to cut me by this much. Guaranteed. And they almost to the dollar offered me what I predicted. So we pushed back and tried to negotiate, and they acted like they were negotiating. And then the day of Christmas break, like when we were off the air for 2 weeks, I got the call, like, we're not going to. So they were just kind of, I think, keeping it going until that. But I don't have any I truly don't. Like, they bought me 2 apartments. I had a great life there. I broadcasted for 20 years. Like, it's time to move on anyway.
Yeah, and I was telling you a long time ago that you could be doing better on the internet anyway by your own.
I think I remember you talking to me. I mean, 2017 around there, even before then, about podcast. I wasn't allowed to podcast because of my my contract. They wouldn't allow it, and I think that was one of the sticking points with this one. I was like, I have to be able to do my own podcast, especially if I'm taking a cut. And I'll just eat shit for a while until it gets where I want it to go. Yeah,
you have to be able to be your own boss in this day and age. It's not. And also the as big as SiriusXM was, it's just not that anymore. You know, it's just not what it used to be. Like if I didn't have a podcast, and during the Opie and Anthony days when it was in its height, if they offered me a show, I'd been like, whoa, okay, that would have made sense. But now I'd be like, what? Oh, unless I wanted to do kind of what Howard's done, just make a ton of money and kind of like slip away, which is really what I kind of tried to do with Spotify. I was hoping that Spotify was going to make me like 10% less famous. That was like the idea behind it. Yeah, I was like, give me money. Give me money. I don't want to be any more famous. I don't need that. I'm like, just give me the money. But, you know, but nowadays it's like there's just not enough people listening. And I know they own Pandora now too. So they've made a bunch of deals with podcasters because I think they're going to try to get people to listen to Pandora and do it that way. But
or Stitcher, I think they do too.
Stitcher, yep. We used to be on Stitcher too. But that's the thing. It's like the internet is just there's so many more people that are listening to all these other platforms, Spotify, YouTube. It's just too enormous. It's too big to ignore.
It is. And it's like, I think that they handled podcasting in a way that terrestrial radio handled satellite, which was, it's not a big deal, and then get involved with it or somehow embrace it, but a little bit later in the game. A little
too late.
Yeah, but I mean, they have some big podcasts. I mean, like, again, I don't...
They have Call Her Daddy now,
They do.
Right? Yeah.
And when I realized the money they gave her, again, I don't begrudge her at all. Like, whatever you make, and it's got nothing to do with my salary. But I realize they do have the money. Right. So if they're choosing not to, I have to just fucking accept that.
But you got to wonder if that's a good idea for her. But she's still on Spotify, though.
I don't know. Is she? I don't know.
Yeah, isn't she? She is, right? Yeah. I think she's still everywhere else, too.
Yeah.
Which makes it a good idea. The thing is, if they limit your distribution, that's what makes it a bad idea. Like, one of the new things that we did with this new deal with Spotify, and they were actually into it, was put it everywhere. Yeah. You know, not just be on Spotify, but also go back on YouTube, back on Apple, back everywhere, which made me very happy. Like, it should be everywhere.
Yes.
You know,
because you want people to just to stumble on it or to go, I heard this thing about this thing today. I want to go look at it right now.
Right.
They don't have to sign up for something, enter the fucking email.
Exactly.
Give your credit card. It's kind of silly.
And some people just get accustomed to using certain platforms. Like for me, forever, all I listen to is Apple Podcasts. You know, the podcast app on Apple. Yep. It's simple. I'd like download whatever the fucking shows I wanted to listen to, and I would get it that way. I don't want to have to change. I don't want to have to look around, you know? It's just one of those things. People get accustomed to getting things in a certain way.
It's right. It's there.
Yeah. Yeah.